It's the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast with Alex Trataros, John Meleka, and Ricey on the beat. Let's go.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Alex Trataros here with another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. And with me, as always, my buddy, my cousin, pal, the man, the plan, the one and only, John Meleka. And with us, as always, is none other than video producer Greg. We back. Jets are 5-2.
5-2, son.
5-2.
And
Road Warriors. Put some respect on our names. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. Nobody. No PFF, not Giants fans, not Patriots fans. I don't care who in the NFL. Be shook. The Jets are here. We even lost our starters today. We lost 3 key starters, and we still came out with the dub. Don't fret, John. We
let's
got
stick to
depth,
the happiness.
got
Let's stick to
talent.
the happiness right now. Let's not think about that part. Let's talk about
We
that
got
idea.
depth. We got depth on this team. Don't worry about it. Jets come out of here 16-9, defeat the Denver Broncos in Mile High during a 4:00 game. Man, this is not the same old Jets. This is not the same old Jets, John and Greg. This is amazing football that we're watching here. The defense was on point. We got an interception. We got interception. I was going to say 2, but I'll relax for Greg, even though CJ Mosley did do something. So no slander for our man today. But the Jets did work today. Offensively, we made plays. That's all we did. We made plays. It wasn't anything spectacular, but we made plays. Unless you watched Breece Hall go for yard on that TD. But other than that, fantastic win. These guys are showing out. These guys are our unit. And talk about all the turmoil they faced, not only today, but earlier this week. I'm happy. John, Greg, how are you guys feeling today?
You better be happy. You better freaking be happy. What's there not to be happy about? Just sticking where we are right now, 4-0 on the road, 5-2. They gave us an extra road game this year, right? Because they added an extra game on the schedule. It's not split evenly. We got an extra road game. Good. They need to give us extra road games. We're 4-0 right now. Let's keep that rolling, man. We only have, other than our division road games, which we haven't had any yet. We have to go to Minnesota. We have to go to Seattle. I mean, this Jets team has taken us for quite a roller coaster. I want to say this game went exactly how we thought it was going to go. Just in terms of the actual game. It was a disgusting game. It was under. I was scared. I'm telling you, man, I was scared of Ripon. Him playing us on that Thursday night when I remember exactly where I was. I was in Newport Beach in California, sitting there with my family watching the game. Like, I remember exactly where I was. And he smacked us, man. And he ended our season. I remember literally it took me up until that game to be like, okay, yeah, this season it's over for the Jets. And everyone was laughing at me like, oh, okay, welcome. So I was nervous that he's gonna come out slinging. Also, Denver's motivated at home without Russell Wilson. And I know Greg wants to talk about Russell Wilson and his stupid headset and his upside down glasses. What is that?
Dude, the big thing on the internet, girls talk about guys giving them the ick. Russell Wilson gives me the ick. I finally figured out what that meant today when I saw that headset and those sunglasses. I was like, oh, I get it now. I understand what people are talking about because, dude, that guy gives me the ick. I get freaked out when I see him. It is weird.
So I think the Denver Broncos fans feel the same way as you.
Yeah.
I think the Denver offense, Judy feels the same way as you. So I was nervous about all that, man. Melvin Gordon, quote unquote, patching things up, and the Jets came out and they balled out the way they do. Honestly, their defense balled out the way their defense balls out. Our offense played the way we thought they should. Or they would, and it's just so frustrating, man, because we were talking about it like 2 weeks ago. One injury goes down, like Elijah Moore, he's the guy that's going to have to step up. And unless otherwise we have Jeff Smith. And it's exactly what happened today. Like, Corey Davis goes down.
Everything we talked
injury.
about this offseason, bro. Everything we talked about this offseason.
It's crazy, dude. Like, Corey Davis with his yearly injury with his knees on the sideline. Hopefully he's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But he couldn't come in the game. Denzel Mims out here can't make catches, holding, I can't
it's
wait
so
to
fitting, man.
dude, I can't wait to actually delve into this game because like Salah talking about, he looked great. He has a future with this team. You see that block on the Hall touchdown? Shut up, dude. He got that was not Denzel Mims. Like, I'm gonna go back and watch it, but I don't know, man. Breece Hall. We're gonna get into that in a little bit, but I just wish Elijah Moore was on this field. We would have had a lot more opportunities. Like that Garrett Wilson, that when he had a couple plays, like we could have just ran that back with Elijah Moore on the other side. You know what I mean? If he's around. Otherwise, we have to go to Jeff Smith who dropped the ball, Denzel Mims who dropped balls. Like, it's just so frustrating. But this is how this Jets game was gonna go, and everybody thought we were gonna lose because of it. You know what I'm saying? The Denver defense is real. Greg, I'm interested in your opinion here. I know we're going to get into Zach Wilson and the offense and how he struggled, but Denver defense is good. All he had to do was not turn over the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guess what? He didn't turn over the ball. Like, that's all he had to do to win this game. Ripen threw an interception. That's why they lost this game. That's where we scored. You know what I mean? McManaman missed a field goal. McManaman missed, I've been calling him, which I can't believe it, dude. I can't believe he's missing an extra point and a field goal at home where he hits 60-yard bombs. Damn, dude. What a win. What a win in Mile High for the New York Jets, man. I'm reeling off it, and I'm gonna really savor this one because I am super nervous about the next 2 weeks. We'll get into all that. But yo, Greg, what's going on with this team, dude? I know you're impressed with this defense. Are you as worried about this offense as everybody else right now with Breece Hall being out, injuries on the wide receivers? We don't even know what's going on with Elijah Moore, of course, AVT.
I'm worried about the injuries. I'm not worried about the offense as a whole. Like, people are talking about Zach Wilson online going into the game after last week's performance, and it's like he's not gonna have a good week for a while. We played the Broncos, who I think are a top 5 defense. We play the Patriots, who are a top defense. We play the Bills, who are a top defense. We have a bye, and then we play the Patriots again. So, we don't need Zach Wilson to be great. Alex, we talked about it in the preseason going into the game, into the season. We talked about it throughout the first couple of games. We need to play stout defense. We need to run the ball. We need to make opportunistic plays on offense when it becomes available. And that's it. We don't need to light it up. Zach Wilson doesn't need to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in order for this team to win. We have a good enough defense to shut people down. And we did that today, and we saw it today. Like, yeah, Rippon looked pretty good. He had 225 yards, no TDs, and 1 interception. Should have been 2. But, we were allowing some plays on defense, but it wasn't the big play. It wasn't the home run play that I was used to. Like, there was a couple times during the game where Rippon threw it up deep, and usually in seasons past, I was like, oh my God. And then this season now with DJ Reed, Sauce, Joyner, and Whitehead, I was like, get the ball. Like, I've done a complete 180 on when I see a deep ball go for 50 yards because I think we're going to try to make a play on it instead of the camera's going to move and there's going to be a guy wide open somehow, like it has been for the last 10 years. So
Like we got the opposite today. We got the Rippon just launched it downfield, and it was like, oh, that should have been interception, like over the shoulder. Like, what's going on here? Jets secondary has been balling out, man. They try to get Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton on Sauce, and Sauce is playing on another level. So is DJ Reed, Jordan Whitehead, Joyner. They're all balling out, bro.
Joyner with the pick was beautiful, man.
Yo, that was key. That was really key.
That was the game.
That was the turning point. That was instantly the turning point that helped us. That was 4 points. That now you're like, all right, now they got to score a touchdown. Then when we get the other 3, it's like, okay, not even a touchdown can help them, right? It's insane that we're even. It's insane where we are, as like, not a touchdown would help take it into overtime, I should say, but it's not like they definitely want more. They want to go for the win, probably.
Sure,
but it's still, this team is just gritty. Like everything that the same old Jets move would be you have Elijah Moore throwing a tantrum, we lose 3 starters, and we get whooped no matter who was playing on the other side, no matter who. Jets decided to just come back and continue to fight and to squeeze this one out. And they made their in-game adjustments when they started losing people, and that's a testament to a strong team, a strong culture. You got to give it up to Robert Saleh, because for these guys to continue to fight and still get opportunistic plays, right? Like even Michael Carter getting you key first downs to keep the chains moving, to get us in position to get field goals. You can't ask for anything more than that. But looking at Zach Wilson, man, if we want to just get into it and look at this offense, like it's not a stellar stat line at all. 16 for 26, 121 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, mistake-free football when it comes to turnovers, which is great. But it's still, you're working him up to be that quarterback. We don't need to just say, all right, man, rip the Band-Aid off, go throw 35 times, and go win us this ball game. I don't think you're doing any favors for a quarterback unless they're ready to do that. They tried to do that with Danny Dimes as a Giant, and that didn't really work, even though they had Saquon. That didn't work. So
listen, honestly,
as long as we have a balanced attack, this and more so right now, a run-heavy attack, because you're getting Zach Wilson back into the groove, it's good.
Okay, but from where? Okay, so I mean, you mentioned DJ and Saquon. They're running it a lot, but DJ is a big body. Zach Wilson, you could even tell today, like he made a couple moves here and there, but we can't have him getting hit out there like the way Danny Jones does on outside. Like one play today, he could have had a sweep, and it was a 3rd down or 4th down. I forgot which at this point. I have to rewatch, of course. But it would have been way better. He would have. It was the 4th quarter. He would have been open, but he can't be out there. He can't be taking licks, especially in a game like today, man. And you talk about the run game. Listen, dude, I am officially nervous. Like this is the most uncomfortable I could ever feel being 5-2. I am nervous about these next 2 games. Everything's gonna switch. This is not gonna be this Jets team is gonna look completely different on the offense next game. Without Breece Hall, we're looking at Michael Carter, he's a small guy. I love Michael Carter, but he's small. He's not like Breece Hall. You can't tackle Breece Hall. It's just a different ball game. And our run game is going to struggle. Ty Johnson was fine today. He can get in there and he's fresh. We'll see. But Breece Hall is a big piece we're going to miss. And Corey Davis sits out a game. We're with Garrett Wilson. Between Garrett Wilson, let's say everything's cool with Elijah Moore. Let's forget that whole thing. Forgive and forget. All right, Elijah Moore, Michael Carter, and Zach Wilson. That might be the 4 smallest in that position in the entire league. Like those 4 children can get killed. You know what I'm saying, out there. So it's gonna be an interesting game versus the Patriots. I know. I don't want to look too ahead. We have that whole preview episode, but they're gonna do the same exact thing that Denver did to us on offense. Run the tight ends, Judy out. Find that lip in with our nickels and stuff. So, man, I can't even stay on track here because I'm so worried about, like, I know we like to recap this game, talk about our offense, how amazing it was, or how bad it was, and usually how bad it was this year. Talk about how amazing our defense is. That's really how it's been going. But it's just everything. This game, the story is, yes, thank God we won because we need to grind out wins because we're officially in the playoff hunt, and thank God because we're gonna lose games now due to our injuries. It's unfortunate that we have 3 out of 4 division games. The next 3 games are division, right? Next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is with a bye week in between. At home Patriots, at home Bills, bye, and then at Patriots. Like, damn, that's tough right now with these injuries. So I'm worried, Alex. You're talking about balancing this run game. I'm worried. Is this run game gonna be balanced? Is this game gonna be balanced with the run game in the past, with Corey Davis out, with Breece Hall out, with possibly AVT out? Maybe Fant coming back though.
Yeah, I think based on the number of touches, it will be balanced. I just don't think the productivity will be there. Like Breece Hall was able to produce at a rate that we haven't seen from a Jets back in a while. So, I think number of touches, like I think the Jets are going to keep the other team honest. Run Michael Carter. Maybe it's a little Ty Johnson. Maybe it's more Braxton Berrios on end arounds or little trick plays and stuff like that. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do at the running back position, but, to your point, Michael Carter, I think he might have led our team in receiving today. So, so he can do it all. He had 2 catches, 45 yards, along a 37, so on 2 targets. So, he's able to get it done in both the run game and the pass game. Maybe it's less ground and pound with Breece Hall up the middle, and more of it's outside, little trick plays, play action, stuff like that. But I think we're going to keep trying to run the ball. I just don't know how much you're going to be able to run the ball or pass the ball on this Patriots defense and this Bills defense. I mean, we'll see. Was it Monday night the Patriots play? So we'll see. But the last 2 weeks they've been really strong on defense. So, it's gonna be a tough matchup next week. But going back to this game, I don't know about you guys, but I was feeling a little different about the Green Bay game. Green Bay game, I was more excited. This game, I was feeling a little bit more nervous in the third and fourth quarter because, again, third quarter woes, didn't score anything in the third. Offense not really getting it done. Not seeing anything from special teams that was really exciting me too much. No big returns, no big pass plays.
The kicks were beauties.
We were able to down a couple balls that were nice, a couple punts and stuff like that. The field goal kicking was good. But I was waiting for Michael Clemens to come in through and break something up, a block field goal maybe, a block punt, something.
This is tough, man.
And the penalties, Alex. One last thing, the penalties. Again, are back this week. We were more disciplined the last 2 weeks, and now all of a sudden the penalties are back where it felt like there was one drive for Denver, but they were just going down the field just off penalties. Like, I know we talked about Green Bay getting first downs, but I feel like they got a first down, and then we were able to do something, get them off the field. This was penalty after penalty where I was worried we're going to actually give up points because of penalties like we were in the first couple of weeks. Ended up not happening, but made me nervous.
For sure. No, I mean, I called this, during the preview that this would be like a 2013 type of affair, and it's close enough. It's 16-9.
Yeah.
But, the thing that, look, you got to give kudos to Denver. Denver's a good team when it comes to defense and special teams. They play just as solid. Their thing is, can they get the offense clicking? And they can't because your favorite guy over there, Greg, can't throw the ball apparently. So
he's got Wolverine blood. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be back before you know it. Don't worry. I don't know about you guys. I go through this as a Mets fan. I know you guys can't relate, but with like Jacob deGrom, when he comes in and pitches, I feel like the Mets kind of relax a little bit, and we just don't score runs. And then when he's out, it's like, all right, we got to play our ass off. I was nervous that was going to happen for Denver, where it's like, all right, Russell Wilson's in here, like we'll be all right. And now Russell Wilson's out. We got to play our ass off because we don't have Russell. So let's go out there. And their defense was flying. Their defense was stout. Their offense was moving a little bit here. They just couldn't find the end zone. Thank God.
I mean,
that worried me a little bit going into the game.
I think John touched on it. It was our first year doing this podcast, and we got to watch the Sam Darnold ripen affair. That was an experience.
2 touchdowns, 3 picks, but still got the win. That's what it used to be like to be a Jets fan. Not anymore though. 5-2, 4-0 on the road.
We better keep saying it and saying it out loud and wearing it on our chest because man, I am so nervous with no Breece Hall. I'm nervous about AVT. I'm so annoyed that Breece Hall went down, man. It's almost not fair. Like Jermaine Johnson already went down. He's thankfully coming back soon. We're already on our 6th tackle. Like Zach Wilson had an ACL scare apparently, but he had a meniscus surgery with a bone bruise. He's back. Like Breece Hall not going down. Like that's tough, man. Like it's tough,
really man.
Fair.
And we're gonna need him. And it's tough, man, and we can't play like this. To touch back on Greg's point, like all the penalties that first quarter. I mean, we were just offense couldn't get going whatsoever because it was penalty after penalty.
Yeah.
And that's where you need to be disciplined and moving forward. If we're not gonna have we're not gonna have Breece Hall for a while. We don't know the true depth. They believe it's an ACL right now, but still need to get the official test to see what it is. If we don't have Breece Hall, we're talking about damn near close to mistake-free football, especially on the offensive side. Defense is going to hold it up, but no Breece Hall, the guy who's been a catalyst. That's going to be rough, man. But I believe in Michael Carter. I think Michael Carter can get it done, especially out in the passing game. We probably will get Ty Johnson in on third downs for blocking purposes, but
Well, he can't block on
it'll be
any
tough.
down. Michael Carter can't block on any down. Like, it's going to be an issue. So
I know, but guaranteed third like in passing, third in passing. It's not going to be Michael Carter.
He can't be in there. Man, I don't know what the Jets are going to do without Breece Hall now.
Dude, I'm a little nervous about Elijah Vera Tucker.
Yeah, no,
that's elbow injury.
That's the bigger one.
That's a weird injury to see pop up to take someone out of the game. They're saying they're going to evaluate him tomorrow. But in Saleh's press conference after the game, he gave some color on Breece Hall. He gave some color on Corey Davis. I didn't hear him say anything about Elijah Vera Tucker other than he'll be evaluated tomorrow.
Yeah.
That dude, you talked about the offensive line being injured. He's been our best player in offense. I know we've been hyped about Breece Hall, and he gets the big plays, and he gets the, week after week belts because he's the offensive player of the week, and he's dominating. But, dude, Elijah Vera Tucker, play him any spot on the offensive line, and he's been shutting people down. So, and you could see it when he came out. You could see a noticeable difference in the pass rush getting through. The offense just looked clunky. That one worries me a little bit. The elbow is a weird injury to see.
Yeah, especially for a lineman where you need your arms.
Yeah, you're right. You need that leverage. Knock these guys back because, dude, that pass rush, Chubb, all those guys from Denver were coming at us today. But we got it done. We took care of it. 16-9 was not how I saw it going. You talked about your prediction, Alex. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more high scoring, but hey, a win's a win.
A win's a win.
Like that. It should be like that. Both defenses are good and both offenses suck.
Yeah.
Sucks a little hard for the Jets. It's where
Zach Wilson has one touchdown pass. Should be 3, but he has 2. He has 1 and he caught 1.
we're aerial deficient.
Yeah, we're gonna be running deficient starting next week. As I'm saying, man, it's a problem. It's a problem. I'm telling you right now, it's a problem. I'm the optimist here. I'm the positive guy. I'm telling you, we have a problem. We officially. I
actually don't like that you're saying this because you called the Elijah Moore thing like, oh, if I'm Elijah Moore, I'm angry. Now you're like, I'm concerned.
I'm very concerned.
Yeah, you called that Elijah Moore thing from a mile away. I got a bad feeling now. You're right, Alex.
I'm telling you guys, it's not good. It's not good in Jets land right now. The only way we're gonna beat the New England Patriots is if we literally have a game exactly looks like today next week,
which is possible. It is thoroughly possible because the Patriots aren't. The Patriots, yes, they have scored on other teams, but I don't think that they'll be able to do that on the Jets. Our defense is just on another level. I don't think the Patriots are going to be that high scoring personally against us.
You just hit the under for the Jets Patriots. It's the only way the Jets are going to win this game. And I was just so excited. I bought tickets. I'm ready to go. I got the next 2 home games, the Patriots and the Bills, and I think those are going to be 2 bad L's. and I'm really feeling that right now. Listen, I'm gonna give respect to LaFleur for being able to figure it out on the fly today. Once Breece Hall left and AVT left, and they figured it out on the fly, right? They plugged and played, and Garrett Wilson was able to get there. Berrios is talking trash to the Denver. Like, when you see him screaming at the big orange monsters, like, I'm just trying to think of what's going on in your head, man. Like, you just know that they can't touch you because, like, if one guy decides, like, oh, who cares? I'll get suspended 1 game. Like, you could like lose your neck. So, like, I don't know.
I almost thought Barrios lost his neck the way he got tackled one of those. He got taken from the shoulder and got his legs taken out. I was concerned. I was like, not Barrios too, because we have legit. I really hate that we actually had that conversation. It's like, no, we can't trade anyone because if we lose, Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, it's going to be Denzel Mims and Jeff Smith. And then today it's like, oh, look at this. Here we are. We've had this conversation before. I did not like it. I did not like it one bit.
Yeah, dude. It sucks.
Can't say I enjoyed it.
Michael Carter and Ty Johnson, dude. We are same old Jets. In 2 seconds,
they were back to last year's offense.
Literally in 2 seconds, AVT's out. Michael Carter's our starting running back, and Jeff Smith and Denzel Mims are in there. Denzel Mims getting penalties, Jeff Smith dropping balls. All of a sudden, that's what I'm watching today. And like, so you want to ask me like, oh, and now everyone's gonna get on board with the Jets, right? Like now everyone's gonna be like, oh, the
Oh,
5
yeah.
Jets.
Yeah,
Oh, they're real. The 4-0, and I'm telling you, man, we are at the lowest point we've been all like. I
Yeah, no, this
I
is
feel
down.
worse
We're
right
down.
now than I did coming out of the Ravens game.
What we need is good news tomorrow saying that we need, honestly, for this Jets team to really like get its confidence is that you need medical report that Brees Hall will return the season. It's not an ACL.
Oh my god, that would be
That would be
insane.
it's lovely.
That's what we need. And then I'll be like, if I see that tomorrow, I'm like, hey, we're doing this. We're beating the Patriots this week.
Even if
That's all I need.
not playing.
That's all I need.
I don't know if that makes a difference.
Oh, it does.
Between
Bro, you don't have, as a team, when you know you're getting like a vital weapon back, your mind goes from, okay, this is going to be a very tough sled to we got to survive. It's not only try to survive, it's like we got to survive until we get our guy back. It's a totally different mindset. Different mindset.
They could still have that mindset for this game regardless.
Sure.
It's just like a next step up. Like Brees Hall's down. You know, he was like, we're going to step up. It's the Patriots. Like, we also haven't had a home game since Miami. And I'm telling you, I was at Jetlife Stadium. That was the best home game I've ever experienced in my life. And I'm there a lot. And everyone said the same thing. The reporter said the same thing. The players are like, we've never experienced. And now Berrios is freaking out after the game. Like, yo, next week, MetLife. Like, you know, like he's high.
Hey, John, you're going to be there, right?
Yes, but I'm just trying to say, like,
I'm just saying you're 2-0 this season.
No, don't put this on me. It's because I'm gonna be 500 because I'm worried about the Patriots and the Bills. Don't put this on me. I'm just saying the house is gonna be rocking. They're gonna be, like you said, motivated because Brees Hall went down. Next man up type business, especially because you're playing against Bill Belichick and the Patriots, and they're coming to town, and we haven't beat them in 2 years. So there's motivation there. It's New England. Yeah. We hate New England. Like that's not like a secret, especially Berrios, who's on them. Like that's why he's hyped. He needs to beat the Patriots in his life.
And
that's
for sure. And just looking at their Patriots schedule and who, like they lost to the Dolphins 20-7 home season opener. They barely beat the Steelers 17-14. Ravens took them out 37-26. Packers beat them 27-24. Then you had the Lions and the Browns. Lions are just the Lions. So I'm not even going to count that game. And then the Browns, they're the Browns. So like they just fall in front of themselves 20 million times every single somehow, some way.
They even lost to the Jets with a minute
no,
left.
That's different. That's different. That was a fourth quarter miracle.
I would say the only thing we really have on them there is the Packers game. And depending on if the Steelers beat Miami.
But I'm just saying, like,
if the Steelers beat Miami, though, Alex, I want people to stop telling me that it doesn't matter that the Jets went into Pittsburgh and beat Pittsburgh. Because I'm so sick of that not being a real, who cares? Oh, the Pittsburgh Steelers talk, but they're beating everybody else.
Yeah, they beat Tampa Bay last week, but no one's watching. No one cares.
And they lost to Carolina. That one doesn't count.
That anymore. Mathematician ain't mathin', bros. All right, just so you know that mathematician ain't mathin'.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm honestly in my brain, I'm onto New England in a weird way. Like I'm onto New England. I know this is the rapid reaction. My rapid reaction was an amazing game. I love DJ Reed. Carl Lawson I can't wait to rewatch this game. Carl Lawson had a couple jumps.
I was gonna say though, one last thing before we really get out of here.
John Franklin Myers.
John Franklin Myers, a little banged up. I don't know what the injury extent is, but to me, it was again. I was getting flashbacks to early in the season. I felt like we were not getting as much pressure as we have been the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Dude,
I think we came away with 3 QB pressures and 1 sack.
Mm-hmm. They were getting the ball out fast.
Yeah, six QB hits and 1 sack.
They had a game plan against us to get the ball out quick, which is exactly what the Patriots are going to do. And Damian Harris is going to be back. We're going to see him rock the Chicago Bears. He's going to be him and Ramondre next week. Stevenson, they're going to be beasts against us, man. And they had nice tight ends, as we all know. It's going to be a rough one for us next week, boys. Especially if we don't get pressure on the quarterback, like you're saying it. Greg.
But also, like, we gotta give respect to like the Broncos' offensive line. They're a pretty solid offensive line too. You know what I mean? Like, they wanted to get the ball out fast, and they got a solid offensive line. Those 2 combos is gonna be a little difficult just to go flying in there. Also, it's Mile High. The players play. It's a different playing field because lack of oxygen. The higher you're up, so that could also placate to their level of like execution today. So I'm gonna count that as well. But being home against the Patriots, I expect this defense to demolish whoever is behind center. Okay, I'm not. This is gonna be. It's gonna be a difficult game this week. It is going to be difficult.
We're on a short week though. At least we're on a short week. That's fun.
Yeah, but
I
expect the Jets defense to demolish who's ever under center for the Patriots, and I'm going to.
Who do you think's going to start for them on Monday night when you're tonight? When you listen to this podcast.
I hope it's McCorkle.
You want McCorkle to come back? What do you think?
Oh yeah, because if the Jets beat him,
well, I'm saying first the Bears at least.
Oh, I know, but I want him to come back for the Bears.
You think he's better? You think he's better
than who?
Zappy.
I think they're the same thing to me, in all honesty.
What do you think, Greg?
Yeah, I'm. To me, I don't really have one way or the other. I think McCorkle's gonna be. I think he's gonna be back against the Bears this week, and we'll see what he looks like. I mean, the ankle injury obviously seemed pretty severe the way he was reacting to it on the sideline. So,
right.
Yeah, so
he reacted the same exact way that J.C. Jackson reacted when he dislocated his knee.
Yeah, maybe worse. And JC's was a real injury. Yeah. I mean, this guy sprayed his ankle, so. I mean, we'll see. I don't know what he's going to look like. Zappy scares me a little bit just because I saw what he did at Western Kentucky, and I was watching him last year. So, I have visions of that. Well, at least when Mac was at Alabama, I was like, okay, he's on Alabama. He's got one of the best receiving cores in college football history.
Well, he just threw Devontae Smith screens. That's literally all he did. But that's what I'm worried about doing against us.
Yeah.
Because honestly, with Sauce Gardner, I talked about it and I did it. I put my money where my mouth was, and I benched Sutton in every league I had because he was going against Sauce Gardner. I even started like an idiot. I started Gallup and he had literally 0 points. And I don't care. I'm still okay with that.
Still a better play.
Because, dude, it was right until he had 2 chunk plays on us, and that was it. And it was none of them was against Sauce. He literally had to scheme it, on a slant against DJ Reed, which, is fine with me. This defense is real, guys. Let me ask you this. Do you think we're kind of giving Mark Sanchez Jets vibes where the defense is just unstoppable and the offense is just kind of whack? Do we have to win games like this in order to actually win games? Because right now in order to win the next 2 games at the very, very least, we have to make them sloppy. They have to look like this. If you want to beat New England, if you want to beat the Bills, it has to look like this.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what it's gonna be like for the rest of the season, which is kind of what Sanchez was.
I agree with that statement that it'll have to be sloppy to beat the Bills and the Patriots. I don't agree that it's like that Jets defense. That Jets defense was just on another level, bro. I mean, that truly on another level.
Okay.
I think that offense and I think that defense was better than the offensive defense we have right now. I can't remember too much of the regular season with them, but I feel like we were scoring. I don't feel like we were.
We were scoring. It was a lot of miracle plays, especially the 2010 season. Because you had against the Lions, the Browns, and the Texans that really inflated, and the Steelers during the regular season that really inflated some of those numbers. They were really high-scoring games, especially the one, I forget which one went into OT. I forget if it was the Texans, the Browns, or the Lions. But those were games where you just had some miraculous plays from Mark Sanchez. But that defense, that was stonewall. You couldn't break through. That was tough. This defense, it's close. I'd say it's close, especially the secondary. Secondary's on fire. I would say the front 7 is a little too inconsistent for me to give them that type of cachet because with Bart Scott, David Harris, Calvin Pace, all those guys were just monsters.
Yeah, we have Ring of Honor guys at every level on both those teams.
By the way, we're Ring of Honoring Ferguson next week, the Brick.
So you know what that means, right? We got to do it justice. Elijah Vera Tucker's got to be back.
Dude, I'm so upset.
Is Fan supposed to be back next week too?
That's what I think. It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I guess.
One last thing I want to talk about to you guys too. Right now we're sitting at 3rd in the AFC. Are we the 3rd best team in the AFC?
If we were fully healthy, yes.
But right below us are the Titans, the Ravens, the Chargers, the Bengals, the Dolphins.
Yeah, we're better than those teams. Fully healthy.
Right, but we're not fully healthy.
If we had Breece Hall, yeah. What about with our actual team?
With the current team?
Yeah.
No Elijah Moore.
Tough right now. It's getting tough. I think it's hard for me to even. I would say no, just because I haven't seen this full team play a full game yet, and we had a lead before we lost everybody.
I think the Bills and the Chiefs are on a tier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
above,
that's
Not even a question.
above. And then staring at them, I'm gonna put the Bengals third. To be honest with you,
Yeah, they look like they've righted the ship and they've figured it out.
and they smacked us. So
Yeah.
let's just put them ahead of us. Out of all fairness,
Titans are complete idiots today. What was that
Dude,
play? The end around to
dude,
Willis.
I hate the Tennessee Titans. Like they're good for what they are. For what it's worth, I hope the Jets go into Tennessee. I would love to go to Nashville for week 1 of
I would
and
love to play the Titans in the playoffs.
Nashville's fun, man. Nashville's
That's what I
fun.
want. That's what I want. That's my dream. I'm telling you right now. I'm calling it right now. I want the Jets. However, it's to go into Tennessee. That would be an amazing. If we don't win the division, of course. But that's crazy because I just said it on a different level. So I'm gonna put the Bengals at 3. I'll put the Jets at 4.
Chargers are so beat up. We're talking about our injuries. The Chargers have more
Chargers are
significant
bad.
injuries at more significant
They're
positions.
bad.
And
They're
to me,
bad.
the Ravens, I feel like you're in the game with the Ravens until the whistle blows a 0-0.
And then all of a sudden you look up and they lost. I
Yeah,
know, but
like dude,
it's tough.
that team in the fourth quarter, anyone could come back no matter what the score
And
is.
we're the best team in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
so-
true.
I would put Miami. I would put Miami right behind us because they beat us. And then so
You mean we beat them?
that's what I said.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be behind us.
Yeah. So the
for that
Dolphins,
reason.
the Bengals 3, us 4, Dolphins 5.
Yeah, and then obviously you have to put the Titans 6, and then there's 7 teams that make the playoffs, and they put the Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens or Chargers.
That's my my playoffs right now. And-
AFC
and
East getting 3 teams in, man. It's the
And
year
then we-
that it's the year of the East, the AFC, the NFC.
And then we would go into Tennessee in that scenario, right? Because there's no bye. There's only one bye for one team. So just say Buffalo takes it, whatever. Kansas, because they beat Kansas City. So Kansas City would take the Ravens or Chargers, and then we would go into
Something like that.
I
We would either play the Titans or we would play the who won the other division.
the Bengals.
Yeah.
That beats. I mean, listen, playing Cincinnati in the playoffs, for me, that gives me good vibes, but not Burrow. Not this
Yeah,
Cincinnati
yeah.
team. Like, this Cincinnati team killed me. They smacked me in my face. We only beat them with Mike White. Oh, all right. We have gotten way off this rapid reaction. I'm hyped, though. I'm hyped where we are. Like, I'm hyped 5-2,
Yeah.
but man, can it be any worse? Can it be any worse 5-2? I have a question. Man, we gotta end it with this. If I said to you guys, you could have 5-2, right where we stand right now, but you have these injuries and you have turmoil in the locker room, like, would you take it? And you don't know what's going on with Zach Wilson. He has 1 touchdown. Call
Yes.
3 touchdowns. Would you take that? We'd be like, all right, no problem. I'll take that. Any day.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
there's
cool. So we're
positives
good.
somewhere. Like, one of my big takeaways from this week with Elijah Moore, then going into this game and seeing how we battled throughout this game, is that I have faith in Robert Saleh, Joe Douglas, Michael Ford, Ulbrich. Like, we have grown men, football guys running this
You better
organization.
name Boyer. You better name Boyer, bro. The #1 special teams in the damn league. Bro. Put some
Boyer.
respect on Boyer's name.
Everyone. Like, we have a staff and we have a general manager and we know what we're doing. It's no longer talking about Woody Johnson and all these guys. I'm focused on the guys that we have in place. Because that's what I mean. To be 5-2 at this point, to be the third team in the AFC, like, there's positive things. Whether there's injuries, whether there's turmoil, whether we don't know about Zach Wilson, those are other things to focus on. But what's my other option in that scenario? We're 2-5 and we know Zach
We're
Wilson's
healthy.
the guy because Zach
Yeah.
Wilson's throwing 300, 400 yards and 3 touchdowns every week, but we keep losing
Okay,
games.
L's. Yeah.
And that doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I agree.
The thing that you could say about the coaching staff and our GM is that they were gutsy enough to say, Elijah Moore, you're not playing this week, and be
Yeah.
confident enough that we're gonna go win. Like, anything can happen.
I know.
Obviously, you want to be fully rostered with all your talent. but they were confident enough to say, you can stay home and we're going to show you what being a team is all about.
That's a great
And-
point, Alex. Because
and-
they see Jeff Smith and then Denzel Mims. So like,
Can you
that's a great
imagine the
point.
storylines if we lost this
Oh, good
game?
lord.
Be like,
Good
well,
lord.
what were these coaches thinking benching this guy? He's one of their best receivers.
It would have been
Yeah,
nonstop.
The
It would've been
Denzel Mims
nonstop.
quote from Zach Rosenblatt on the run on the block that sprung the Brees Hall touchdown. I was just trying to go hard and take his head off. How much does he like run blocking? I love it. It separates the boys from the men. It's like they say, no block, no rock. I love that line. I love that line. No block, no rock. I like that line.
Let's go,
And then,
Mims.
cool.
Put it on
they
a
asked him about
shirt.
they asked him about the trade request. He said, I'm not really thinking about it. Trade deadline's coming up. All I want to do is continue to win football games and play. As long as we win it, I'm happy. Is that shout Elijah Moore?
Hey, look, man. I
That
know I
would've
saw
been
Greg post
something.
that video from One Jets Drive of Elijah Vera Tucker being like, hey, E, we don't do that. We don't do that.
Yeah, through
And
his
it's like-
helmet or whatever.
Dude,
Yep.
One Jets drive last week with the Miami game and the Green Bay game was probably my favorite show I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, what a double feature.
I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. It was, I watched out my mouth open the whole time.
Yeah.
Couldn't
believe it.
It was amazing.
John was a
Shout out
child
to-
in the candy shop.
I did the same thing when I was watching Quan Alexander today. Quan Alexander, amazing, dude. I love him so
He got a little
much.
banged up, but he came back in, made a couple big plays, a couple big stops. Like, that's what we need, man. We need these guys stepping up. It was great to see.
For sure. Before we get out of here, one thing I gotta let you guys know. You know how ESPN always shows the leading passer, the leading rusher, and whatnot? How is it that Joe Flacco is still our leading passer?
He
What
threw the
is
ball
this?
60 times a game.
Dude,
Yo,
still has 901 yards.
yo, can we talk about that for a second?
And Zach Wilson has 693
Can we
as of
talk
right now.
about
I
that
don't
for one
think
second?
NFL stats is updated yet, but as of right now, 693 for Wilson, 901 for Flacco.
Okay, so Flacco threw 60 passes a game, and he's leading the league every single week that he was in there for what was it, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Now Zach Wilson gets 10 completions. Like, who smacked him on the floor in the face and was like, bro, do you see what happened versus the Ravens and the Bengals? We are not doing that anymore. Like, it's like, what changed, dude? I can't believe that. And like, now that like you stare at those numbers, holy crap. Is that what we're gonna go back to? Is Zach Wilson just gonna toss the ball 60 times against New England? Or are we gonna run it with Ty Johnson? Like, I'm sorry. Yes, nodding your head, yes. All
I
right.
think so.
Holy
so.
crap. I'm out to New England. I'm not ready. I am not mentally ready for it. I am.
So how about that? How about we end it here? Because I
I'm
don't even want to
nervous.
think about that right now.
I'm
I got
nervous.
one last thing to add before we end it,
all right,
Alex.
all right.
Was this a wire-to-wire win?
Yes.
Is this 2 weeks in a row we've had wire-to-wire wins leading the entire game?
Yes.
Yes. Probably
When's the
first
last
ever.
time that happened?
I'm just gonna say ever. According to John, first time ever. Like you know when they bring the stats like, oh, the Jets haven't been to playoffs in 12 years. Jets haven't been to playoffs ever.
But that's my biggest thing of why we're not throwing the ball like we were Joe Flacco. It's because we're winning games. We're up and we're winning and we're playing good defense and we don't need to. All those other games we were losing, so we had to throw. It's like, dude, we don't need to. We're winning wire to wire, start to finish, 60 minutes.
Jets 4-0 the first time since like I just want to cross it out and just say ever. It never happened. Like it's fake.
Like it was 9-7 at one point during the game, but once we got the lead back, it was
Oh, it was 9-7. Okay.
yeah, it was 9-7.
All
It
right,
was
all right, good point. All right,
But
so
dude,
it was a wire to wire.
McManaman had us in it the whole time. Those two misses for me, those are the most Jets misses I've ever seen in my life. I feel like we're just on the other side, and we didn't talk about it. I guess we'll talk about it in the next episode. But yo, dude, because I want to watch it for real without stressing. That penalty that we got for Berrios,
Oh, it was a makeup call.
that was like, my friends are screaming at me in one of my group chats. That was definitely at least a holding, bro. That was a nothing. Zach Wilson threw the ball the wrong way. Like
Dude, you talked
15
about
yards.
Zach Wilson not throwing the interception. I was watching the game. It was like no interception. It's third down. We're in field goal range. No interception, and he throws it right to an orange guy. I'm like, what are we doing? And then
15 yards away, bro.
That's the one you want to talk about. How about when Zach Wilson's just like running backwards and he somehow dodged 3 guys to throw it? I was like, what?
Yeah.
Just
that was sick.
happened?
That was sick. But when he upside down somersaulted, almost tried to pick 6 himself. That was insane, bro. That was insane. Like I'm gonna talk about the end of this episode, right? But like those 2 things were
crazy.
Yeah, like we had luck on our side, and I was gonna be really pissed if the Sauce Gardner pick 6 was taken away, and they got this pick 6. It looked exactly the same, like from last week. So I was about to be really pissed about that, but both cancel each other out, so I'm officially over it. Those penalties today, we got, dude. It's gonna be hard for me to complain about the New England penalties next week. I already know they're coming. I know the roughing the passers are coming from the Jets that don't exist. I know the PIs are coming from McCorkle and Billy B at MetLife Stadium. I know it. I feel it. I feel it. I smell it. I've seen it. I feel it.
Thank you, John, for understanding that we're gonna be doing that this next game. It's all good.
It's all about the Jets. The Browns and the Jets. Just another game. Of course. You don't think about it at all. God, I hate them. Fire me up. I don't even know what I'll say. I just hate them, and I hate that we got injured, man. If Bill Belichick doesn't see Breece Hall and Elijah Vera Tucker, like, what a scumbag! What a scumbag he is that he gets to be so lucky.
Very lucky.
Man. Well, and on that note, I don't know what we talked about. We talked about something.
I don't know what the hell happened at the end there, but I'm nervous. I'll tell you that, man.
This is gonna be an interesting week, fellas. Interesting week. But thank you all for tuning in for another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. You know what to do. Please make sure to subscribe on all audio listening platforms. We're on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Alexa, Stitcher, you name it. We are there. If you listen to us on Apple or Spotify, please make sure to give us that 5-star rating. And if you listen to us on Apple, please make sure to leave a review or comment. Come on, people. This is for free. Support us to keep continuing to create this content by subscribing. It's free to do. Let us know what you think about it. Give us those reviews on all platforms. All right. You can give us 5-star ratings, like I said, on Spotify, Apple. Let us know what you guys think about this podcast. We're also partnered with Fanside and Minute Media, so you can find this podcast on the Jet Press and the Daily Knicks. We also got the YouTube channel. Knicks coming, Jets coming, etc. period, no one writes out, etc. That shit's wild. Find the page, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you know when a new episode drops. And we watch a video. But hit the like button, leave a comment, add to the conversation. We want to know what your thoughts and opinions are. Look, John's Uncle Mike, come on, man. We need you back in the comment section. How are you feeling after this win? You feeling confident this week going against the New England Patriots? We need to know. We need answers.
Dude, I don't want to know what the fan base is going to be saying after we lose to New England, so I really need to win this game. Because it's going to be, we're going to fall off the cliff, man. We're going to, this comment section.
The high is going to be, the highs are high and the lows are low.
Especially what I think is going to happen.
Peaks and valleys, man.
Like, oh, God, it's going to be bad, so.
Peaks and valleys. It looks like the Grand Canyon. But while you're also over this YouTube page, we got another podcast that's also partnered with Minute Media, Winning Picks Weekly. John, video producer Greg, and our guy and co-host Chip Murphy. These guys go through every single sport possible, so make sure to go check them out. It is college football and NFL season, as you already know. So if you need to put money down on the line, these guys got you covered. And I know, John, know Greg, John, I got the gift this morning of you on fire. Good Lord.
Yeah, you like that?
I liked it.
Alex. I mean, the College Pick'em podcast is on fuego. The NFL Pick'em podcast is on fire. Go ask Tsunami Speaks. We got the Tsunami Speaks parlay rocking.
That hit today. That hit another 3-teamer that hit.
Unbelievable right now. 3 money line parlay hit 2 times in a row. Dogs both, and all 16 dogs both times. Holy crap, dude. We are rolling. We are Dante Culpepper rolling.
Oh my God. We got the Dante Culpepper reference.
That's what's happening right now.
Woo! So if you all are listening to that, you know what that means. Make sure to go check out Winning Picks Weekly if you want to go earn that moolah. Now, last and certainly not least, please make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it. We are there. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. We out.
Let's go, Yankees. We're already up 2-0 already. If we don't win today, if we get swept by the Houston Astros, bro,